Hello, and welcome to the Smut Show,
a weekly podcast from your new internet book besties.
We discuss all things spicy books and mix in a little bit of motherhood, life, self-care, and everything in between.
So sit back,
grab a beverage,
and let's chat.
Hello, and welcome to the Smut Show. I'm Neely.
And I'm Rachel, and it's a Just Us episode today.
It's a Just Us episode, and right before we started, I told Rachel, I was like, this is going to be dark. Not the episode, not the topic, just my mood and my myriad of 1 stars from the week.
We're in quite a state today. I will just throw that out there. I
feel like for 4 straight days, I've been running around ragged with a chicken with my head cut off, and I literally, I feel like May-Summer started weeks
early
ago,
this year.
I can't. Yeah. I feel like I'm just constantly behind on everything.
And I always think about this, not always. Hold on, I'm going to tip my screen down. Nobody cares but Neely, but a picture is about to fall behind the computer, so I'm going to grab it while I speak. I always think about this, how people, aren't necessarily, obviously we have our weekly listeners who listen every week and catch up on that. But there are people who are going to find us in the future and then binge episodes. And so then they're listening to us talk about Christmas in the middle of June or whatever. And so my hope is that if you are a future listener, you're binging this down the line, that you are don't worry, guys, it gets better. That's my hope.
I mean, it gets better. Does it? Also, what is happening with my hair?
I feel like mine's really frizzy too. I got on and I was like, whoa, there's so much going on right now.
I washed my hair today and immediately went to an egg hunt where it was windy. And I just Rachel, I literally whoever's listening.
Are we gonna cry? Right, I feel like we're gonna cry on air. We're falling apart.
Cry on air.
We're falling apart, you guys.
All right, I guess let's just do 1s and 5s because okay.
Yeah.
We have some collective ones. So I guess we can just kind of do this together. Our first one is a shared one, and it is guys, we try really hard
to
not
of the world.
Get political. Yes, we try so hard to not be political. We want this to be an escape. I do feel like the majority of our audience is probably pretty similar to us.
And I don't think it's a surprise.
And I don't even consider
what
this
our
political because what I'm about to say should never be political.
No.
This is for children. And when it comes to children, I just don't think it should be political. We live in Texas, and Texas, along with some other states, is trying to push through a voucher system, meaning that tax dollars you can use towards private education, which is the worst possible situation.
Without increasing public funding, FYI.
It would actually take away from public schools. Rachel and I have also talked about the fact that we both have children that get services through our schools. I have a son who is dyslexic and has dysgraphia. I have a daughter who next year will also need speech therapy in school. And taking away funding, also my kids go to a Title I school. So taking away funding from public school children and giving it to private religious schools is literally...
that have zero accountability.
But furthermore... the separation of church and state just doesn't exist anymore.
It's non-existent.
I was telling someone earlier, I was like, I feel like I'm afraid to wake up every day because the news cycle every day is something. We terrible. Also had a school shooting in Dallas 2 days ago. I had very many concerned friends out of state, and I was like, it's not near us, thankfully, but it's still sad. Also, before recording this podcast, Andrew told me there's an active shooter at Florida State University.
It's just bleak
just all these
right
things.
now.
It is bleak. It is. The economy is bleak. Also, my other 1 star is that my husband, who works for a government agency, I'm not going to say which one because, we're private here. He is, not me. And he, because of an executive order from the current administration, starting September 2nd, will go from 4 days a week where he gets to work at home to 0 days a week where he gets to work from home, meaning he's going to see our kids less. He has less flexibility, meaning the majority of the mental load of everything will just come right back to me. And
it just makes zero sense. Like there are very few jobs that need to be fully in office. Very few. And most of them are in like medical or education.
Yes. And like, yes, a nurse, I get it. You probably need to be in the office.
You cannot work from home.
Doctors, teachers.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Andrew does IT.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like y'all.
His literal job is to be on the computer. It's just dumb. And so I feel bad. I feel bad for him and for us, but he also has coworkers who live over an hour and a half away from work.
Oh we'll have to
commute. Speaking of Argyle, he has a coworker that lives in Argyle. He has a coworker who lives on the other side of Fort Worth.
Yeah.
And one who lives in Aubrey. Like, the thing about DFW is it's big.
Big, yeah.
And it's like the people who are like, oh, I live in Houston. And it's like an hour outside of Houston.
Yeah.
Like, that's how it is here. And we're just not well.
No. And then you throw in, like, and we're not going to get too much into this, and then you throw in the disaster that is RFK stating the need for a cure to autism.
To get into that, because that should also not be political.
It's not.
Vaccines don't cause autism. I don't know how to make this clear. And I'm sorry, if we lose podcast listeners for that, then so be it. I don't know if I would want people listening to the podcast who think that vaccines cause autism. Vaccines don't cause autism.
Like, for me, I just think about how harmful the rhetoric is to people who are autistic. Yeah. And like
him saying they will never pay taxes. I know several autistic people who have careers. I
love the threads that I'm seeing, because I'm all over threads that are like, oh, so I don't have to pay taxes anymore? Like, are you going to send that back because I just paid it?
How do we break it to people that everyone's on the spectrum? Like, how do we tell people that
it's just like crazy? And I also just feel like too, like there's adults that can like more. I'm making an assumption here, but like for the most part, adults can more easily like take that and maybe not internalize it so much. But then you have kids that like maybe that's what their parents think, or like that's what they're hearing from other people or whatever it is, and they do internalize it. And it is just like, I don't know, my heart breaks for that community right now, because neurodivergence is a huge part of both of our lives, and
huge part. And
it's just really frustrating.
No, like, I remember, and this is not the same, but I remember when Liam was diagnosed with ADHD and with dyslexia, and just thinking like, oh God, like, you worry about your kid. You don't want them to be like, I want my kids to be different, because I don't want every kid to be the same, but you don't want them to be like so different that they're ostracized, right? Like you
just worry about the other kids, really.
You want them, but you want them to find their place.
Yeah.
And it was nice as Liam's gotten older and I've realized every kid has something. Like every kid has a thing.
Yeah.
A thing. Be it emotional, behavioral, psychological, like they all have something.
Everybody's got something going on.
I feel like when you talk this way about groups of people, especially people with neurodivergence, it just makes those people feel like they don't have a place. Mm-hmm. And that was my biggest fear. And I've told you about how like the head of Liam's preschool, hope you're not listening. It's the same preschool Charlotte currently attends. I don't care. She's 5 weeks left there.
Yeah.
Sat me down when Liam was 2.5 and was like, I think he has autism. And I was like, you are not a diagnostician.
No, also.
And if he does, he does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
like,
that was bold of her.
But you're not a like, I was 8.5 months pregnant with Charlotte. I shouldn't have said things, but I honestly was worried I was going to go into preterm labor. From that conversation. But I got very upset by the conversation, not because, oh, he could have autism, but because like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
And people's lack of tact and sensitivity to these situations, like, I just can't. And I envy people who can stay off social media. I envy people who are like, I just deleted it off my phone. I'm like, that's great. Unfortunately, that's my career. And I
cannot do that.
That's how we have the monies.
Yeah.
Rachel and I are both people who, for 2 different careers, can't leave social media. We would not have jobs.
Yeah.
But like, it must be nice to just be like, I'm gonna check out.
I'm out. Yeah.
I'm not gonna read the news. I'm not gonna watch TV.
I have such a hard time with that though too, but because I'm like, yes, I would love to just be able to check out,
but you
then
also need to be informed.
Exactly. And like Brian will get frustrated with me sometimes because he's like, just stop watching it. Like it's just making you angry. And I'm like, but there is a point in which like there is a level at which I need to stay angry. Like, right? You can't become numb to these things. It's like, no, I don't need to.
But I feel like, okay, so kind of an example, when this shooting happened in Dallas a couple of days ago, Charlotte was at soccer practice that night, and we were all talking about it, and several parents were like, oh, I didn't even hear about this. And I'm like, it's because we're so desensitized as a society to school shootings and shootings in general, that unless numerous people have been killed, we don't pay attention.
It doesn't even register.
And that in of itself is crazy. It is crazy. Y'all, I know this is a book podcast. We're getting there.
Yeah.
We just like have, I think it's important to be able to vent and use our
There's
platform.
just a balance of protecting your peace, but then also like not going numb to these things, right? And like
we can't go numb because like I don't watch The Handmaid's Tale for the same reason you don't like to read sad books. I can't handle it.
Right.
And I guess
too close to reality.
It's too. So my friend this week was like, are you watching The Handmaid's Tale? I'm like, no, I read the book in high school, AP English. And when that show started, made the decision not to watch it because
I'm like, no, look around. I'm watching The Handmaid's Tale in real life.
I mean, listen, it sounds really like, I'm not trying to be all like, whoa, oh, we're going to go all the way there. But like, does it scare me that one day women are going to wake up and they're going to be told like, you can't work, you can't have a bank account? Yes. Yes, it scares me. And I worry more for our girls than I do for myself. I'm done having babies.
Yeah.
There's a lot of women's things that like don't directly affect my day anymore.
Yeah.
I worry for our girls. Yeah. And I don't worry for my white boy child. No. I think he's going to be fine.
He's going to be fine. Yeah.
He's going to be fine. Like I tell him all the time, I'm like, honey, you are an upper middle class white man. You're going to be okay.
You're fine. Yeah.
Your sister TBD. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, and that's so funny to have one of each because I literally am like, I have to protect the weaker.
Yeah.
Like
truly. It's like, it's not even, and it's like, ugh, and she's got the personality too, so like that she's gonna grow up and like stand up for herself, but still
I'm not worried about that. Yeah. Our second
crazy.
Children are oddly similar.
Very similar.
And our firstborns are oddly similar. Rachel and I accidentally had the same children.
We did. Yeah.
Funnily enough, for different reasons and for different amounts of time, they were also in the same NICU.
They were. And they didn't even cross over.
No, but they were only there for 6 days, which I know is not that long. At the time, I swear to God, it felt like 6 years.
Listen, I always tell people, because people will say like, oh, like they'll always qualify like, oh, I know that Lainey was in the NICU for 4.5 months. We were only there for, and then like in certain amount of time. And I'm like, listen, it's traumatic no matter how long you're there for. So like, you don't ever need to qualify that to me.
I think the traumatic part for us was that he wasn't early. Yeah. And I had no like there was no warning.
And you're already so like, it is a huge birth in and of itself is just a huge.
I was in labor for 13
body
hours,
trauma.
Then had a C-section and was like, oh, you can take him to the nursery for a couple hours, bring him to me to feed. And they were like, oh, he's in the NICU. And I'm like, and I couldn't go because I was still hooked up to an epidural.
Yeah.
And had just
literally like wheeled me down in the whole bed. They wheeled me down to go look at
Andrew went and FaceTimed me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I like demanded that I was like, they're like, you have to have it in for, I'm like, take it out. Take it out or I'm going to
I don't know. There's a picture of me in the bed. They had to like push all the doors open in the bed to go see her. But I think they did that because they were like, we don't know how long she's going to survive. So let's let you see her while we still can.
I feel like Rachel and I are just trauma dumping. Okay. I'm going to... Like, I feel like Rachel and I
the amount of emotional, Brian and I were talking, I'll let you, I'm sorry, Nick, for interrupting. The amount of emotional
really having
and
to reach
physical,
for a 5-star.
The amount of emotional and physical trauma that Brian and I have been through in the last decade, like pretty much our entire marriage, is insane. And we both feel like we're kind of to the point where like for the longest time we just were in survival mode. So we were like, we're fine. If it's not life or death, we're fine. And then we are now at this point where like we don't really have things that are life or death. And so it's like now our bodies are finally catching up with us, and we will just start, both of us will just start crying at the most random shit. I'm like, this is our bodies being like, you held this trauma in for so long that like now you need to get it out.
Do you want to hear something so sad? Okay, because
I don't know. Do I?
No, I mean, it's not like sad comparative to what we've just talked about.
Okay.
And the reasoning, it's Charlotte crying at school, but the reasoning why is, it's kind of funny. Okay, so I went to pick her up yesterday, and Charlotte is the type of kid that like won't cry until she sees me, right? Like if she is upset and then sees me, because it's safe, right? Like you see your mom and you're like, I am safe let go. And even her teacher was like, she tried so hard to hold that in. So they're allowed to do show and tell at school, but they won't let them bring books anymore because they were like, every kid was bringing a book and we were having to read like 7 books a day. And then they were like, you can't bring a toy because they're like, then that's going to
then they'll play with the toy. Yeah.
So Charlotte likes to bring different trophies and medals that she's given for different reasons. Which like we love that for her. She's very proud of herself.
Yeah.
And she had done it earlier in the week, and she wanted to do it yesterday. And I was like, no, like you already did it this week. And she's like, Miss Lauren said I could. That's her teacher. And so sweet Miss Lauren was like, I forgot that she'd already done it. And so like she couldn't do it again yesterday. And she was so devastated that she could not show them her soccer trophy.
Yeah.
Like, and I like,
she's like, this is a big accomplishment, you guys.
I think she was so tired just from the week. This week has just been for everyone. It's been a time. Yeah. And like, honestly, I'm not even mad about 2 days off school. Like at this point, I'm like, I'm ready. Whatever.
Like we need time. Like we're doing a craft tomorrow. Like I already told the girls. I was like, we can just spend time together. It's gonna be so great.
I told my kids, I was like, we're gonna make a couch bed and we're gonna watch movies.
Yes,
that's all I've got in me right now.
Yeah.
So, but she just like, God love her. She was just so done. And then she had her Easter egg hunt today and cried when I left.
Baby,
like she's just. Do I want to tell a 5-star? Oh no.
Well, no. Let's hear something else sad, and then we can tell 5 stars.
All right. What's another sad thing? We're 17 minutes into just sadness. People have unsubscribed from the podcast. They're like,
our podcast episode is just title is going to be "This is sad." It's just sad. It's all sadness. Okay, so here's my other thing. This is more like an angry thing, but Lainey takes art class like outside of school, and that's her hobby. She calls it. And so she the other day she was like, I don't know if I want to do art class anymore. And I was like, that's a weird thing for her to say. Like she loves it. There's obviously something else going on. So I was like kind of trying to dig into it to get her to tell me like what was going on. And 2 girls in her art class at school, so in her class, sit at her table in art and told her that she was not good at art. And so she doesn't want to do art class anymore. And I was like, who do I need to cut?
Tell them to go fuck themselves.
I said, do you feel comfortable talking to the teacher about it? Because you can ask to be moved to a different table. And then we had a great conversation about how art is individualized and like can be great. I was like, they are probably thinking that it has to be perfect. And that's the exact opposite of what art is supposed to be. So we had a really good conversation about it, but I was just like, it's just like Liam, my little precious angel baby who is like so socially awkward and like so anxiety ridden. And then you have somebody who's sitting there and telling her that she's not good at something. I'm like, breaks my heart.
Liam has dysgraphia and he like loves to write though. And he started writing like a school newspaper of just like,
that's precious.
Whatever. And he was showing 2 little girls and one little girl was like, I can't read it.
I'm like, y'all, kids are bitches.
Got so upset. Y'all, our kids will be in 3rd grade next year. And I have heard that 3rd grade is when people
I am not okay with it.
No, for many reasons. And I have anxiety for my own child about this state testing. But in general,
no, I don't have anxiety about that.
Everything I've heard is just how like cliquey and mean kids starting to get in 3rd grade. And I'm like, 3rd fucking grade?
Yeah.
3rd grade? We're starting this in 3rd grade.
Mm-hmm. I am glad that Lainey, for the most part, like doesn't want to be friends with other people, and so she's got like her 2 friends, and she's like, "That's it. I don't really want to be friends."
She reminds me of my friend who says no new friends. She's like,
yes, she is like no new friends. Why? I don't want to be friends.
Did you see the thing I posted yesterday? And it was like, I couldn't even fill out a top 8 in MySpace anymore. 8 friends sounds exhausting. And I'm
absolutely not. Yeah. Like, that's Lainey. She's like, I've got 2 friends. Why would I need more friends? So she doesn't need to be friends with them, but she will take what they say to heart. So, like, if they're mean, then... But, like, she doesn't want to be invited. Liam does that,
too. Like, Liam will say... Like, if kids that he doesn't even like say something, I'm like, you don't even like him.
No. I'm like, we've talked about how that person is mean. So, like, don't listen to what they say.
Even Charlotte has a little friend who's, like, one of her best friends who every day she's like, blank was mean to me today. And I'm like, then don't hang out with her.
We call that a frenemy. We say, we don't want frenemies. No, we want friends. Should we do a 5-star? I have one, if you want me to tell it.
My 5-star actually really aligns with this, and that's that we have no plans this weekend. We have not one plan. We have 0 plans. Now, my kids, unlike Rachel's, do think there's an Easter bunny. So
I know.
Now
they know.
I think our time is numbered. Liam flat out was like, "Are y'all the Easter bunny?" And so
What'd you say?
But my only thing, I don't know. I wasn't here. When that happened.
Okay, good.
But I told Andrew, I was like, just know that if we come clean of it, it's everything. Like,
it's everything. You can't just do one thing. Yeah.
It is. Now, when I was little, I didn't believe in the Easter Bunny or the Tooth Fairy, but I held on to Santa forever.
I held on to Santa for a long time. That's why we're here.
And that's why we're here.
That's why we're here.
But I will pull Liam aside and tell him that he has to let Charlotte get to that point on her own.
Yes.
Because I do think that kids have to get to that point themselves.
Yes. Like, yeah, because it's not fair to reveal it at different ages, I feel like. Like, give Charlotte more time. I do feel like when that happens with Liam about all of the things, I'm just going to let him be a part of it more, like, for her. Like, let him be a part of the magic. Oh, yeah. I remember when I got to hide eggs for my younger cousins. I loved that.
I actually paid people to do that this year. So our yard is $40. It's the local scout troop. Like the girls.
A little fundraiser.
I'm like, $40 for you to hide eggs in my front yard, and I don't have to do it.
I don't know. My in-laws do it.
Up to it.
Yeah.
Great.
We go to my in-laws to do it, and my mother-in-law's so funny. She does holidays big, and I love that. But she does a front yard hunt for the kids, which is just my children because we're the only ones with kids. And so it's the 2 girls that get to do a front yard hunt. And then she does a backyard hunt for the adult children. So all of us that are in like our late 20s and 30s get our own Easter egg hunt in the backyard with money in the eggs. It's so great. I know.
My ex-boyfriend that I dated before Andrew, his mom used to make Easter baskets for us. Like, and it would have like gift cards and money and
I just love that. I think it's fun that like I do think that's...
I was like, I want an adult Easter basket. Like,
I do think it's fun that we are the only ones that have kids. Well, my sister-in-law's pregnant, so there will be another baby soon.
Wait,
but
you didn't tell me that.
Yeah, Brian's brother's wife.
Okay, I didn't know if it was your brother's wife.
No, Brian's brother's wife.
Fun. Yeah, the girls must be.
The girls
so
are gonna
excited.
have a cousin, a little girl cousin. They're so excited. Yes, they're so excited.
Thank God it's a girl. You don't want to ruin the vibe.
I was like, if it was gonna be a boy, I wouldn't like him.
Maybe his family only makes girls.
Maybe, which is so funny because there's 3 boys and a girl.
But that's kind of what happened with Andrew's. Yeah. And his brother. His brother had 2 girls and a boy, and we have. I mean, it's more girls.
Yeah,
and they only had boys. Yeah, and like. My brother-in-law's wife, their family has only ever had girls until her 3rd kid. Like,
so funny.
All her sisters, she's of all sisters, all the sisters had girls.
Yeah. I'm like, we're just girl power here. We love it. And then she's also going to be an E-name. I won't tell you what it is on air. I don't know if they're like not telling people, but I'll tell you later. But I'll tell you later. And
I'm like,
Neely's like trying to get...
I'm like trying to have you whisper it. Like, people couldn't hear it.
But it's fun because now they're all E's too. So I'm passing down monogram stuff and all
I
the
love that
stuff
for you.
Yeah. That's not my 5-star though. Should I do my 5-star?
I was just gonna say more about mine, which is like we have not one plan, and I looked at Andrew and I was like, I don't want any. I don't want to add any plans.
No.
It's supposed to rain, and I'm like, please.
Yeah.
Please rain.
I do hope it doesn't rain on Sunday, though. I don't want it to rain on Sunday.
It can rain all day Saturday, as far as I'm concerned,
though. That's fine. Yeah.
All right, you go.
Okay, so my 5-star is that I got a porch goose. Have I talked about this?
Only to me.
Okay, I was like, I wasn't sure if I've talked about it on the podcast. But I got a porch goose, and I am very excited about my porch goose. I just ordered an outfit for her. And so she's going to have a summer outfit.
Did you see that? I think you shared that meme, and it was like...
I'm one news cycle away from buying a porch goose. Yeah, that was me. I shared that, and then I was like, too late for me. I already got one.
But like the fact that someone else shared it.
Oh, I feel like that's a thing right now. I feel like people are getting them because they need, and they also have like desk geese. And so people are like getting them and dressing them up on their desk. I am obsessed.
Is it like this?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. I love mine so much. So I got it an outfit. So then I had to name it.
This is a thing. There's a thing. What?
There are Facebook groups. There are Facebook groups for the porch goose.
Get the little one with the umbrella.
Okay, no, I got her a little like summer gingham outfit with sunglasses and a little hat.
You can dress one up as a hot dog.
I know. I'm telling you, I've got many porch goose outfits saved in my cart. There's so many.
For Halloween. Can be a little porch
that's
goose.
The one I have. It's a little ghost. It's so cute. I'm about to have so much fun with this. So yes, I've got a porch goose, and so then I had to name her. And I wasn't sure if it was a boy or a girl.
Andrew lets me get one.
I think you should just get one.
No, I think he will divorce me.
I had to name her. I couldn't decide if it was a boy or a girl, but then of course I was like, this is a girl household, so it's a girl. And so then I had people vote on the name, but then I couldn't decide. It was a landslide for Gertie. So Gertie is her name.
Wait, did you ever read the Gossy books?
Yes. But Gertie is her name.
But Gertie was in the Gossy books. There was another goose named Gertie.
I remember that.
I love the Gossy books.
Gertie is her name, but her full name is Mother Gertrude, the Silly Goose. And she goes by Gertie. So.
As she would.
Yeah.
Guys, we took you on a journey. Okay, so
you're welcome for all of that.
I'm about to shooketh people on what I'm reading. Are we ready?
I'm ready.
Are we ready?
Oh my gosh! How far into? Oh,
I haven't started it, but I'm starting it this weekend, guys. The time has come. I am going to read Act.
I cannot wait. There's gonna have to be updates.
I asked AI. I go, will I like ACOTAR? And it was like, if you don't like smutty things, probably not. And I was like, well,
I do. So
my only fear is that I don't enjoy a lot of world building.
That's going to be the hardest part for you.
So I'm going to try it. And if I can't do it, it was the world building.
Neely texted me and said, is there a lot of world building? And I said, well, there's more than You with a View.
And I collapsed in a fit of giggles because
I felt so proud of myself for that. I was like, well, there's more world building than this contemporary romance.
Because You with a View jumps right into the story from go.
So you see the story as the world is being built. I feel like you just kind of have to skip over, like some of the names are weird, like just skip it.
How many books are there?
Right now there are
they
5?
Still releasing them?
Yes.
This isn't done?
No, it's not. Yeah.
I don't know if I want to start it till it's done then.
No, go ahead and start. It's going to be a while before. Her Throne of Glass series is 7 books.
Oh no. See, I just want people to understand that this does not mean I'm switching to a pure fantasy lifestyle. Here's the deal.
If you read book 1, you have to read book 2.
Well, yes, but I just don't know if I would read them like back to back to back. Like, yeah. I'll have to see how, guys, I'm not even promising I'm going to finish this book, okay? I bought it. I have purchased the book, which is a big step for me.
That is a big step.
And this was purely, nobody asked, this is not like a dare.
No. I didn't even force you to do this.
Rachel is just as surprised as I am.
I am.
Not more.
Yeah, it's true.
All right.
I'm reading my book. Does that count?
Yeah.
The book that I'm writing. So.
But are you watching anything? Do you know what's out on Netflix today? Do you know what's out on Netflix today? The cowboy romance show started today.
I need to watch that one.
Rachel and
I'm looking at you like, no, I don't think I do.
It's called like Ransom County or something.
Okay.
Ransom something or anyway, y'all. We're getting a real life done and dusted Chestnut Springs.
Well, we're also eventually supposed to get done and dusted in TV form. Chestnut
Springs. Like, how has that not been optioned yet?
Seriously.
For a show? Give me Daddy Cade.
Yes, I am excited about that.
I might start that this weekend.
Yeah, I'm excited about that one. No, I'm watching Abbott Elementary. There's some new episodes this season that I'm catching up on, but that's really all and Dateline. Dateline's always on in the background now.
I'm just watching Summer House, and Andrew and I have been. Are y'all like cooking show people, like MasterChef, stuff like that? Andrew and I like MasterChef, but we used to be obsessed with this show called Kitchen Nightmares, which was on Cutthroat Kitchen. We also like Kitchen Nightmares. Cutthroat Kitchen, which is like 4 chefs like battle it out. Yeah. But they get like sabotage. They can like sabotage each other. It's like, it's a fun show. And Andrew and I have been rewatching the series. So we watch like one every single night.
I feel like Brian for a while could not, like, we used to watch a ton of cooking shows, and then when he started working in restaurants, he was like, this is too close. It's why I couldn't watch Abbott Elementary until this year. So I was like, it's too close. We only watch
cooking shows while we eat. I can't watch them if I'm not physically eating food. I get too hungry.
You're like, I'm really hungry.
Okay, that's so funny. So should we actually talk about the topic?
Let's do it.
We haven't even told people what we're talking about.
No, we have not. We're bad podcast co-hosts.
Guys. If you listen to our Patreon, if you are one of our Patreon subscribers, you will know that every Patreon episode we do, we ask our guests what their romance hot take is. And Rachel and I were like, we should just do a whole episode on romance hot takes. So we're going to talk about some of ours. We're going to talk about some of yours that you submitted. We're going to just talk about the romance hot takes. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
Yeah, I didn't really like write any down before this, which is a surprise to no one. I think my biggest hot take is that, my biggest one is that I love an accidental pregnancy, which people have feelings about. But I'm also writing one right now. So I think that's a big part of like why I'm like, no, I love this. But then my other one is that I don't really feel like, I feel like that nobody should have hot takes. Does that count as one?
Okay.
Because people should just let people be happy with what they like. So stop getting on, and it's a clickbait trappy thing that I see where people are like, we should kill all of the blonde MMCs. I'm like, just let people like what they like, you know?
My first romance hot take is that it's okay if all you read is romance that ends happy. It's okay 100%. If you don't if you read like bubbly, like chick flick style romance. It's okay if that's what you're reading. That's the majority of what I read. I don't like to read fantasy for now. I don't read dark romance. That will never change.
For now.
I don't like thrillers. Like, I don't ever want to be upset or scared.
No.
I could be sad in a book. I don't want to be like physically upset about like abuse or something like that. I can be like sad if someone dies. I can handle that. I think it's fine. I think women have spent too many years pretending that they read other books just to sound smart. And I think it's just smart to read whatever it is you're reading.
Somebody posted, again, this is why I'm like annoyed at the hot takes right now, because somebody posted a thread that was like, hot take, if you are only reading romance, you're not actually reading. And I was like, that literally doesn't even make sense.
Okay. Here's my other hot take. I'm not an audiobook person, but audiobooks are reading.
Yes, that's, again, not a hot take. Like, that is reading. And so when people get on and are like, hot take, audiobooks aren't reading, or like when somebody got on and like all the book girlies came, I can't even remember who it was, but
is this like when I went for Disney Adults and people came after me?
No, but it was like
this is also why I don't post Threads anymore.
This is on Threads. On Threads, somebody, it was a like some random brand that is not book related, and I can't remember who it was, but somebody got on and posted like, hey guys, do you all think audiobooks are reading? And the book girlies came for them, and they were like, stay in your own lane. This is not even, you don't even know what you're talking about. Yes, audiobooks are reading. Like, it was so funny. Mm-hmm. They were like, you are not a book person. You need to exit the conversation.
My next hot take is that it's okay. You can still call yourself a reader if you get in a reading slump and don't read a book for 2 months. That's fine.
Agreed. Yeah.
You're still a reader.
Totally.
Because I've been there, and sometimes it's just hard to get out of it. It's like it's like any other habit, right? Like people ask me like, how do you get up at 4 and 5 every day? And I'm like, well, it wasn't easy the first day.
Yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't
well,
easy
it sucked for a
the
long
second
time.
day. Yeah. And I was like, in some days it still kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But I do it.
Yep.
I mean, also, it's okay if a book doesn't end happy. Rachel doesn't like that. But you can still call it a love story.
It's not a romance, though.
Okay, that's fine. But it is still can be a love story because it's no different than like I had love stories in my life that ended.
Totally.
And
we call that women's fiction.
Yeah. I don't know if I even like the term. Okay, here's my hot take. I don't actually like the term women's fiction.
I don't particularly love it either because it's like, it's just fiction.
But it also just like, okay, can men not read it? Or is this the only thing women can read? Like, I don't know why we call it women. I don't like it. I feel like
I agree with that.
That is a hot take. I will die on that hill that we need to remove that and just call them all fiction.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You can call something romance fiction for like NetGalley purposes.
Yeah. Like, well, and I just, a friend of the pod submitted that hot take, right? About the romance not needing an HEA or something. I can't remember her phrasing.
Oh, let me look.
And she knows that I disagree with her on that.
The happily ever after doesn't need to be the end. Non-trad HEA count as romance too. And it's true. Ooh. Like, I know Rachel doesn't agree with this, but I read the second book. Now I will straight up tell you that book fucked me up. I was on a beach and I was crying.
Yeah. Which should never happen.
No. But it was also kind of raining that day. So like, it kind of fit. But I agree with that. That is one place Rachel and I don't necessarily agree on.
I think to be called a romance, the people of the genre, people who read the genre, have the expectation that there is an HEA at the end where both characters are alive and together.
Then we need to start differentiating a romance and a love story.
Yes, I agree. Because I'll call things a love story. Sure, things can be a love story, and like there can be a love story within a book that's not a romance book. But I think in order to be classified as a romance,
When We Were a love story?
Yes.
Okay.
I would not consider it a romance.
Okay.
Yeah. I think there has to be an HEA with the two main characters at the end of the book for it to be considered a romance. Because, and for me, it's a protection on like, on knowing what I get into. Like, I am choosing to read romance because I know that there's going to be a guaranteed happily ever after, and I don't want to be sad, right? So if I know that like there might not be a happily ever after and I'm going into a fiction book or something we're calling a love story, then like, okay, I know that's going to happen, that there's no guaranteed HEA at the end. But I think in order for it to be a romance and in the romance genre, it has to have an HEA.
By the way, I just had to text Andrew and said, don't forget to pick up Liam.
Dead.
Our kids have early release today.
Yeah.
He goes, oh yeah. We're recording this the day before Good Friday, and our children have early release. And I'm like, well, they get out of school in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's fine.
It's fine. We're good. Okay. What's your next one?
Again, I think people shouldn't have hot takes. I think, here's one that I see that a lot is like the argument around like content warnings or trigger warnings or whatever. I have personally
mixed feelings on them.
I feel like it's really important to include them. And then people can read them if they want to or not. So whether it's like, I've seen some people who post it on a website. So it's like, if you're reading the ebook, it's like, go to my website if you want to look at the content warnings.
I guess I just wish that, and I think some places have done this. I wish if it's going to be like essay, they'll say like where in the book it is, so that like even if you still want to read it, maybe you can like skip over that part. I have a really hard time with domestic violence.
Yes.
Guys, I've never been a part of domestic violence. I just don't like it.
Yes.
Nor do I think anyone likes it.
No,
I don't like to read it.
You can't read about it. Yeah.
It just, especially if it involves a child. Okay, this is like why I don't listen to true crime podcasts. Like I can't. Ever since I've had kids, I cannot listen to anything that's happened to kids. There's a new like documentary about influencer children and like I will not watch it.
I watched the Ruby Frankie one. It was terrible.
I won't even watch that. I've read too much about it already. I can't physically watch those kids be abused.
Right.
And for years that nobody was doing anything about it.
Yeah.
Like So yes, I do think content warnings are important. I need them to be specific though, and tell me where in the book it is.
Which is why I think
this is
it's
driving me
fun.
crazy.
A lot of some romance authors have put in some sort of like if it's an open door book, they'll put in some sort of like what pages or chapters the sexually explicit content
here's
is.
my hot take. Smut is not porn. Okay?
Yeah.
Like reading smut is not the same as watching porn.
I agree
and people who compare those two things really upset me because that is not the same thing.
It's not.
It's not even a little bit the same thing.
No.
And like it used to be a joke, like, go read your porn. And it's like, it's not porn.
Yo, there's a whole ass love story happening. So respect it, please. Okay? Respect it.
That time I read the book Swallow Me Whole, not a lot of plot. Okay. That was like borderline porn. But sorry to anybody who likes that book. It might be the worst book I've ever read.
I do love my husband's coworker who I told him I write romance, and he was like, he goes like erotica, and I was like, no, that is a different genre, actually. Thank you for making things weird.
These are different things. Like these are different things, and like there are books that I wouldn't consider smutty that have smutty scenes in them, but I don't consider them smut. But like I feel like we're trying to be too black and white here.
People also get mad at the word smut, which like that is our podcast name, so I don't think we're gonna get mad about it. I feel like
I don't mind that word. I can imagine why.
I actually think that there's a great opportunity to take back control of that word. Like people use it in a derogatory sense, people who suck anyway. So like taking control of it and like saying like, yeah, we do read smut, and it is, there is love and there is sex and there is all these things that like happen in a romantic relationship, and that can be classified as smut, and that's okay. Back to my content warning thing though, I will on my pedestal say that LGBTQ, neurodivergence, all of that stuff are not content warnings. They are you can say like, hey, this is what the book's about, like it's just a part of the book, or like I will say neurodivergence when I'm talking about like neurodivergence rep when I'm talking about Yours Unexpectedly, but that's not a trope or a content warning. Yeah,
they're character building, like
exactly.
Parts of the person. Like I don't.
It's like representation versus
that Liam
like
has a content warning.
Exactly. Like I think some people phrase it as a content warning, and it's like, no, that's not a content warning. That's
if it upsets
maybe telling you something that's going
a neurodivergent person. If that's triggering for you, like that's a you problem.
My eyeballs are huge right now at that.
That's a you problem.
Yeah. Or like if it triggers you to read like a male or something, I'm like, that's. I don't know. I'm like, I just feel weird
anything about it.
No, and it doesn't need to be a content warning. Like that's weird and not. I don't like it. It's icky.
It's so icky. All right, I'm going to read some of the ones that were submitted. Okay, This one made me giggle. Good girl doesn't do anything for me. I'm sorry for my sins, Neely.
That made me laugh.
Okay.
Is it okay? Is it okay?
Is it okay? I'm not going to say that on the podcast. Never mind. My whole face just got red. I will tell you off the podcast. I can't.
Oh my God. I can't wait.
Do it.
Okay.
But I understand that. I wish Rachel and I, if somebody who has never listened to our podcast before and really wants to listen to every episode and tally the number of good girl versus look at me, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Okay. The next one I'm going to say is people are too serious and picky with their rating system and withholding 4 and 5 stars. I agree with this. Okay.
I also agree with this.
I have always said people get 3 stars for writing a book. You wrote a book, you get 3 stars because I haven't written a book.
Yeah.
And the majority of people haven't written a book. So I think people are just, in general in life, we're too critical. Like we need to just
critical.
Calm down. Okay?
Yeah.
Everybody calm down. I stopped reading books. I stopped reviewing. I don't do any of it anymore because you know what? Authors are people. And now we know, first of all, Rachel's one. Second of all, we've met so many authors just like through the podcast. Like these are people with feelings. Like what is wrong with you?
Well, people with feelings also, and rating is so...
Rating and reviews. And like the media upset us.
Well, and ratings are so subjective. Like if you are reading my book and you don't like... like college age romance, then like you're gonna rate it lower. But that doesn't mean that somebody else like it's so subjective, and like
if
that's
I
what I
read
don't like about it.
ACOTAR and DNF it or don't want to finish it or don't like it, I'm not going to be like 0 stars, because I'm going into this knowing I very well might not like it, and I'm trying it because we're going to be open-minded. Okay, the next one. I don't mind spoilers. I welcome them. Spoilers make me excited to read it. Agreed. I'm going to tell you why I agree with this. Now, I don't want like a big twist spoiler. I don't want to know like the big twist, but I like my aesthetic videos.
Yes.
And I would consider that spoilery, just because like it's giving you a little, like it might have a quote.
Call that spoilery.
I guess that when I think of I think of that. Would you consider it like a movie trailer?
Yes.
Okay, then maybe not. But I still don't even really mind spoilers. I don't want the big twist spoiled for me.
No.
Like I would have been very upset to know what the twist was in 6 Morning Kisses. That might have actually harmed me as a human. I probably would not have read the book.
Right.
I don't think I would have. And I loved that book. If I was giving out stars, it would have gotten 27 of them. Okay.
Yeah.
That book was so beyond well written. I can't even handle it. Okay. Hot takes. I like a silly reason third act breakup. It makes things more dramatic. I live for drama. I hate them. I hate silly reason third act breakups. I hate them. I actually just hate third act breakups. Period.
I don't mind a third act breakup, which maybe that's my hot take, but I think there has to be a plausible reason for it that would lead to them getting back together. You know what I mean? Like if it is a silly thing, or if it is something like super serious, like there's an in-between, like where it's the sweet spot where you have like, you can't be too silly and it can't be too serious, or else you don't believe it. It's like, well, then why are you guys even going to work when you get back together?
The ones that I don't like, and I feel like this was like very early in my like smut reading journey / just getting back into reading journey, because I don't hear a lot of them anymore, see a lot of them. It's the ones where it's like a parent bribing the significant other or threatening the significant other, like, if you don't break up with my son, I'm going to make it to where you get kicked off the team.
And then they don't talk to each other.
And I'm like, just fucking talk to each other. Yeah. Just go to the person and be like, your dad said this.
Yeah. Like, this is a problem. Your dad said this.
Like, quite literally, like, that is enough to make me stop reading the book right there.
Yeah. I again, hot take, I don't mind a third act breakup, but it does need to, just from like a craft standpoint, like it needs to be a breakup that makes sense for them, like the reason like makes sense for them to get back together after it happens. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I have a hot take. I hate cheating in a book. I hate cheating in the real life too, but in a
well, I've told you about how Andrew won't watch anything that has cheating or breakups. No. Like, he won't watch the movie The Breakup, which I love the movie The Breakup with Vince Vaughn and Jennifer Aniston. It doesn't have cheating, by the way. They break up because he's a man-child. And like, honestly, every time I've watched, or like, I saw that movie when it came out, I was probably like 21. And I was like, I just want them to get back together. And watching it now, I'm like, don't get back together with him.
Don't get back together. Yeah.
He is a child. He is a baby child. And that was the movie. I also realized that I need to age like Jennifer Aniston, because she's the most banging body of like any human that's existed in life. She found Pilates early.
She did. And she also gets paid for that. So
listen. Okay, miscommunication trope. Love her. She keeps things interesting.
Again, I feel like it depends. I feel like I don't hate miscommunication as much as some people do, because I think about the amount of times that I miscommunicate with people in my life, and it is a very realistic trope.
I'm neutral. I think it depends on how the people handle it. I feel if you can handle like miscommunication just happens. Like Rachel and I have miscommunicated with each other before.
Totally.
I miscommunicate with my kids. I've miscommunicated with my husband.
You miscommunicate with people all the time.
Multiple times a day. Yeah. This happens.
Yes.
But like, how do you handle it? Do you break up because you miscommunicated? Do you have a blow up fight, or do you act like an adult? Like, I think it's just, my issue is when the miscommunication leads to the silly, dumb third act breakup. It's the chain reaction of that, when I'm like, be adults.
Truly, it is in the way that the author handles most things. Like, most things are fine as long as it's handled in a way that is not icky.
I think that's kind of like a good way to sum up hot takes, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's like the accidental pregnancy or anything else, okay? Like, there are times it's done great. And Rachel and I both used to be like vehemently against accidental pregnancy.
Yeah.
We read the same book, and I'm convinced that's what changed it for me. It was reading that book where it was done, those 3 little words.
Yes.
Maybe Megan Quinn. It is one of the best examples of an accidental pregnancy done right. It is funny as shit.
Between that one and Out on a Limb, I was like,
but they're both
sold.
done so well. I love Out on a Limb. I just happened to read those 3 little words.
Yeah, we both did 3 little words first.
And those are examples. That's like what I would assume would happen in real life, right? Yeah. Like, this is like exactly what I assume would happen. So it's the ones where it's like, okay, I love Chestnut Springs. I don't like how that one was handled. I don't like
that one is are we talking about Reckless?
Is that the 4th book? Is that Theo?
Yes. Theo. Yes.
I'm like,
so that's
me in my head.
That's my other hot take is that's a secret baby. And I do not like a secret baby.
I don't like a secret baby. Now, in that
because
book,
it makes me sad.
This is not spoiled. This book's been out. Okay. Yeah. Like, if you haven't read it,
spoiler alert, skip ahead 30 seconds.
But I don't I get on both sides how that happened.
Yes.
I feel like that part of it was unnecessary. Like, the random person that I don't feel like that would ever happen. And I think that's why it was hard for me.
Sad. Like, Secret Baby makes me sad because they miss part of the life and they miss that just breaks my heart. So I don't like that because I hurt for them. And maybe that's because
Rachel,
I'm a parent.
who said hot takes aren't, I will say, I think becoming a parent, it changes the way you look at the world, right?
Sure.
Like, it changes the way you look at everything in life. It changes the way you look at politics, everything. And becoming a parent has definitely changed that for me. And it's also why, there's just certain triggers I can't do in books that I probably could have done before, or how I could listen to true crime before. And I can't.
Right.
But yeah, I don't love that. No, we don't love a secret baby.
No,
don't do that.
No.
If you have a baby, if you get pregnant, just tell people. You know?
I don't know. I guess I'm sure that there's people who are listening that are like, oh, this happened to me in real life, or this happened to my friend, or whatever. But I'm like, I have yet to read one that that I don't feel sad about. And I don't like feeling sad, so
Rachel doesn't want to feel sad. Wait, so is there nothing sad in ACOTAR?
So I think, I don't know, I feel like people could debate about that. I never felt devastation sad. There's definitely times where it's I stopped reading her other series because I knew sad things were coming. I did not stop reading ACOTAR because of that reason. Obviously it's people die. It's fantasy, that happens, sad things happen, but I don't know. I also feel it's less realistic because it's not real. In a contemporary, when something sad happens, I can so easily relate to it. But in a fantasy, when something sad happens, I'm like, well, I'm not a fae warrior. And so there's only so much I can relate to this.
It's I get really sad at a lot of Disney movies because, guys, almost every Disney movie has a really horribly sad backstory.
Oh yeah,
if you think about it. When I took Charlotte to see Lion King and the dad died, Charlotte was is it pretend? I didn't think about it going into it that I'm going to have to explain this to my 5-year-old and that that will be her main focus every time we watch it.
Yes.
She goes, this is the part where the dad dies.
Yeah.
Also, this is my
same child Emmy.
Who called me in her room the other night and was like, come here. And I'm like, what? She's going to bed. She goes, when I die, I'm going to really miss this house. And I'm like, can we talk about this tomorrow?
Yeah. We're walking to school the other day and Emmy goes, you got to make sure you stay out of the street because you don't want to get hit by a car. And she told that to Lainey. And I was like, yeah, that would be really bad. And Emmy goes, yeah, I would really miss Lainey if she wasn't here anymore. I was like, God, that is so sad. Like, what is wrong with you?
Oh no, Charlotte is really obsessed with death right now. Like really obsessed with like, when are you gonna die? I don't want you to die. Am I gonna like? It's very, and I mean, this is very age. We went through the same thing with Liam.
Yeah,
this is very age appropriate. I think my mom's like, that's so weird. I'm like, it's not weird.
You just have to, it's very matter of fact. They just see things as very matter of fact.
Kids see things very matter of fact and very black and white.
Very black and white.
It is very black and white. They have not developed enough cognitive abilities to have a gray area yet.
No.
And my kids are like, when you're 100, you die. And that is how their brain is. So if somebody younger than 100 dies, they were thrown the fuck off about it.
Yeah.
And in the span of 6 months at Liam's school, 2 children died. The baby of a student that's friends of ours who's 18 months, and a little girl died on Halloween who was in kindergarten. She was in a car accident. And so there are like ribbons up and all these things. Yes. And that, my kids hearing that little children die, like that was
it's terrifying.
A whole thing.
Yeah.
And it was really hard for them. And really hard, I mean, really hard for a community.
Oh God, everybody. Yeah.
But, you know, it's just, it's also important for kids to learn these things.
Yes.
Wow, guys, we've gone to a dark place. I said at the beginning, I said it's going to be dark. I didn't mean that to go this way. Anyway, all of this to say, hot takes are subjective.
They are. As is life. As is everything in life.
Life is subjective, and hopefully our next episode will be a little lighter.
I think so. I think we can do it.
mean, TBD.
We'll see how that goes. We've got some fun guests coming up.
Oh my God, we have so many fun guests. The next few months, Rachel and I were like really crazy, and back in January scheduled out our whole 6 months of our show with episodes.
So we're taking another break in July. I know it's early to tell you all that, but just so you know.
We will have an episode, our last episode for that period will be July 1st. And then we were going to take a break probably till the first week of August. And then we will be back. But we both have travels and kids home for summer. And, you know, it's just good to have a little break. Plus, like, you guys travel. Like, everyone's got stuff going on.
And I feel like our January break was so, like, rejuvenating for us. Yeah. And so I feel good about it. So anyway. Neely, where can people find you?
You can find me everywhere at Neelykins, except TikTok, where I'm Neely Moldovan. And you can find the podcast everywhere at Smut Show Podcast. We're all over the place. We're all over. We're everywhere.
And you can find me everywhere at Rachel_M. Lewis, and my book, Yours Unexpectedly, or if you're in the Christmas spirit, Merrily Yours, on Amazon or wherever you get your books. And that's all we got.
Yeah. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.